What's up, YouTube? MCool40 here. You guys have been sticking to my channel over the course of the past few years. Probably about a year and a half ago, to 2 years ago. A lot of you guys followed me on my content for Gem-Knights. I really haven't touched the deck in quite some time. It's actually been a little bit of a side project that I had at the time, and I haven't touched it in quite some time. So I wanted to talk about some newer things. I did see that Asian Eyes posted a gem deck profile with Box of Friends. I feel that Box of Friends is potentially a terrible card. Well, particularly in this format, I find the card terrible for what Gem-Knights would have to be in this format. And I know that you guys have also seen, the Lightsworn engines for Gem-Knights, but I'm still an avid fan of the Volcanic Shell engine. Now. If you guys look back at my previous build, probably, let's say it was like 2 years ago, something like that, 2011-ish. If you guys look back at that build, you could tell that the deck, fed off of Future Fusion. The deck was a lot of conceptual fun at the time. It was a back row heavy format, and the deck could capitalize on the OTK potential. Now in a not so big back row format, I've been reconsidering some certain strategies for this deck. So we're gonna be, rebuffing the Gem-Knights. I'm gonna ask for you guys' input on certain things based around some card choices and things like that. But currently, I don't feel that Box of Friends is the way to go with this deck. I mean, yes, you can bring out this and Seraphim or the other guy, but I don't feel that they're adequate for what they need to be. So some of the card choices that have been clicking in my head. I kind of added a few things from my old list into this list. It obviously needs to be trimmed down. That's why I wanted to ask you guys what you think. Like I said, I know the Lightsworn engine is a different variant to this deck. Don't get me wrong, I understand that it's good, but I still like this particular version for what it does. So, triple Garnet, triple Tourmaline are all mandatory in my personal opinion because of Rabbit. I've been playing Trags just because of the fact that, you're going to build up a massive hand. Maxi is another thing that I've been considering testing into this deck. I kind of want to get your guys' input with, Gores. In the previous format, these cards choices were really good for the deck because, you could combo up with your level 7 guys and then rank 7 into Big Eye and then just do plays from there. Now that Redox is out, I've been definitely considering Redox. The thing that makes me super interested in Redox is the fact that I can recur back anything that I need to, and if I need to special summon from my graveyard, I can recur it back and, XYZ summon into Big Eye once again, for dramatic pushes. But mainly I like him for, his recursion effect, triggering Obsidian and things like that. Triple Armadillo I feel is mandatory. 2 Ambers I still feel is a very good card to recur back for the Rabbit. Double Rabbit. Many people don't like Gem Turtle. I still feel this card's too good. In a much lower format, yes, it'll be better. But this Rotos for the Gem Fusion, and the fact that it's got that 2000 defense, like I said, probably be better in a much slower format, but nonetheless, Gem Turtle's still a valuable card in my opinion. People feel that 3 is, too much, but, if you got a 40 card deck and you need the fusion, and, you don't open up one of your many ways to get it, Turtle just gives you more searchability. And, triple Obsidian, 2 card troopers. I still feel that trooper is very adequate. It deck thins for the fusion to feed the graveyard. A lot of players don't like trooper, but the fact that it's a 1900 floater for this particular deck makes it good. Triple Lazuli. This generates back a normal monster from the graveyard if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect. So just something to consider. I know many Gem players have told me to play Lazuli. I haven't played it in previous versions, but it might be something that I might start considering. Triple Shell, just that deck thinning ability. The fact that you can pay 500 to Citrine up, gets you potential game. Triple Gem Fusion, 1 Heavy Storm. 1 card destruction. Many players have argued with me on this. Card destruction is too good for this deck. You can scrap your entire hand, recur back fusion, recur back shell. You can clear off a terrible hand into a better hand and still recur back 2 cards. 1 Foolish Burial, mainly for the shell. Many players don't like this, but it's still good for what it is. One Must Reborn, two Dualities. Yes, I know it's a combo-based special summon deck, but your turn ones are pretty dead unless you have the immediate push. So Duality lets you sift for answers. Two Torrentials, and then one DDR. I love DDR to discard the Fusion, to recur back the Amber, to dual summon, to pick back up the Fusion, and then do some terrible, awesome plays. Um, this deck is by no stretch of the imagination complete. These are just some things that I've been considering at this point in time for card choices. That's why I wanted to ask you guys. Let's buff up these Gem-Knights and make them interesting. I feel that the extra board at the current point in time, this is the old extra deck. The one Diamond, the two Zirconia, the two Prism Roar, the three Citrine, the one Ruby, two Big Eye, one Pearl, two Chain, and the one Emerald is still adequate. I might change out one or two things depending. The thing that sucks so much about this is we're so close to the ban list, so I'm kind of getting these gears going in my head. At least I want to start testing this a little bit, get this deck back up to speed, because I do miss playing this kind of as much as I miss playing the old version of Heroes. So guys, tell me in the comment section down below what you think. Like I said, no stretch of the imagination is this deck anywhere near the stages of completion, because the format's about to shift and other things like that. But start telling me some things that you consider. Box of Friends might be a little bit better next format. I just don't like the fact that it's so small, and Dragons and Prophecy are still going to be a thing. So this deck literally has to do its OTK consistently. So guys, tell me what you think about this in the comment section down below. There are many versions of Gem-Knights. The old OTK version that I actually had going for a little bit, the Lightsworn version, and actually those are the main two. So, without further ado, it's such a shame I actually missed this deck. So, guys, give me a little bit of advice here, and I will see you guys later.